Hi, everyone. This is Josh with RMS Roller Grinder, and I'm with our research and development team.
Hi, and I'm Blake with RMS Roller Grinder as well. I'm the general manager and often help in sales and applications.
Today, we're going to be talking about monitoring your particle size and why it's important in feed production. Blake, would you mind telling us a few ways that you can test your particle size for corn?
So the three most common ways people will test particle size is usually either like a hand sieve set, so usually consists of three screens, testing like that. And usually that entails taking a small sample, putting it in this three screen test kit, manually shaking it, tapping it. And that's really good for quick, rough estimates in the field to kind of see where you're at. The second most common way and kind of the industry standard is using like a ROTAP system, often related back to K-State's development of that and the research of it. And that usually consists of like a 13 screen sieve set, so 13 different screens, balls, chronicles, I believe is what they refer to them as, and then putting it inside a ROTAP or a machine that actually taps and shakes it on that side. This is really uh, the most common way you see feed mills and integrators using it on that side. And then there's other advanced ways to do it, whether it's IRs or anything like that. Whereas RMS, we have what's known as the Particle Pro system, which really allows you to be able to take a sample that's coming out of the discharge of the machine, measure it on the fly, and give you real time data for that side.
Lots of different ways there. Do you know what the accuracy is of some of those? Like the difference between the three screen, the 13 screen, and Particle Pro, like how those relate to each other?
Yeah, so typically, and then from our testing and what we've kind of heard in the industry, like the hand sieving, again, it depends on the operator, how long they do it for, and everything like that. It can be plus or minus maybe like 100 micron on that side. On a sieve, 13 screen sieve test, typically, and what the standard is usually about 50 microns plus or minus on that side. And then Particle Pro is a little bit different because of how we're doing it. There's different technologies, again, like I said, but what we're doing is we're measuring every particle size that passes through it. So it's actually more accurate on that aspect of it for how we measure it.
And so, which method would you say is the best way to measure particle size?
Again, I think it really depends on your application and how critical the quality of the particle size is and distribution. So I can't say that there's one way that is like the be all end product. I think it really depends on what it is you're trying to go and accomplish for your application, Josh.
Okay, I appreciate that. So, why is it important for end users to monitor their particle size for their feed production?
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything in manufacturing, quality assurance, accuracy, and that way, that then translates into the animal health and efficiencies on that side. Again, like I said, the kind of industry standard right now is using 13 screen shaker tests, whether you do that internally or you send it out to a lab and have them do it and give you the results back in regards to particle size, standard deviation, and some other information that they can provide for you.
Okay. As far as like when you're looking at equipment, is there a piece of equipment, say a hammer mill or a roller mill, that provides a more consistent particle size?
Yeah, so typically when you're looking at it, again, it's application dependent, but traditionally, a hammer mill is a really good piece of equipment for when you're trying to grind really fine, because the distribution is less consistent than say a roller mill because you're really just hammering the product versus trying to really shear or grind it. And so a lot of times when you see hammer mills in use is when they're trying to, grind it really, really fine for maybe pelleting or something of that nature or in different applications other than feed production. And then on a roller mill side, why most people would choose a roller mill is because you're trying to reduce those fines or trying to make the particle size more consistent in that side. So a lot of times for swine applications, poultry applications, and then even sometimes for pelleting, because it is more consistent. When it goes through the conditioner, the gelatinization and conditioning process can make it a little bit more consistent on that side. Another option, obviously, that we have at RMS is a VersaMill, which is a roller mill, but it's a little different in the fact that it's a direct drive. So we're able to unlock some of those other aspects that allow us to grind finer at that more consistency, which is really advantageous for like dairy applications and even in some pelleting when you want to grind it finer but more consistently.
That's very good. So if someone wants to learn more about how to improve the efficiency of their facility or how to monitor their particle size better, how should they go about doing that, Blake?
Yeah, the easiest way, obviously, you can call us at our number, 605-368-9007. Reach out, take a little bit of time on our website. If there's something you want to take action and reach out to one of our application specialists, fill out a website form. That's usually the two best ways to get a hold of us.
Good. Well, thanks a lot, Blake. We appreciate the information. And like you said, reach out. We'll be happy to help.
Thanks, Josh. Have a great day.